Alrighty, welcome back here to the Outspoken Podcast with the Ed and the Mikester over here. So, Mike, we had talked about quite a bit in our pilot episode of what the fuck are we doing here. I am curious to see what's brought up today. We talked a lot about relationships, talked a lot about divorces, marriage, and we talked about what we are talking about, what we're not going to talk about. We hit some valid points in the last show that we talked about. I feel that this is going to continue to grasp into something much bigger and better things. And where would you like to go at it today, Mike?
Well, Ed, what do you think? Because I'm wide open today. So,
You wide open?
yeah, what do you want to touch on?
Well, I think with the relationship stuff that we were talking about yesterday, and we were talking about male and female, I didn't realize how divided we were just on gender-wise, let alone the country-wise, until the 2024 election. I did not realize that. Did you notice that, Mike?
I'm not sure I noticed it as much as, can you kind of go in more context?
Like, men voted for the one particular person where women voted all in favor of one person, if you know what I'm talking about in that aspect.
I would say a big majority of women, but at the same time, I do know women that voted for Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
I even know a lot of the Hispanic women voted for Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
But I will say I really honestly think it stems from, honestly, in the very beginning.
Yes.
And we're talking, how long ago was this? Like 12, 13 years ago?
Yes.
But the whole grab her by the pussy comment. I really think the media painted that into a picture that it wasn't just locker room talk, and I don't know. I could be wrong. You might not agree with me, but I do think that is where it started to stem from. Now, I'm not saying that's just what it is. I'm just saying I think he had a bad look from the female perspective starting back then. Then you had the Stormy Daniels, rape allegation, this and that. There was a lot in the beginning that kind of showed Donald Trump to maybe not respect women. Especially with the way he used to go in on Rosie O'Donnell, even though she is a fat cunt. But other than that, that's just my fucking opinion.
Oh, man, buddy.
I might be wrong, I might be right, but at least that's how, I interpreted a lot of the female vote. And I will tell you, it's mostly, dude, it's Caucasian females more than, in my opinion, even African-American females. And then African-Americans, too, because he was painted out to be a racist. So I think the way the media slandered him against women and race, I do think in those particular categories or those groups of people, if we want to categorize them, I think that's where that hate, or at least a lot of it, stems from.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
yeah, I think the news media, I don't think they reported everything accurately.
Oh, that's already been proven.
Yes, that's been proven.
There's lawsuits. What was that kid's name? He got CNN for I forget how many fucking million, 17 maybe?
Something like that.
But he was the kid in the video wearing a MAGA hat.
Yes.
Where at a powwow, and the Indians came up.
Yes.
All right, and got in his face. And they tried to say the kid was antagonizing the Indians, but when the real story came out, it was nothing like that. So,
yeah, I don't think the news media has painted the true picture of our current president the way that they should have. I think it's a lot of false reporting. I don't think it's really quite accurate. So you got to do your own research for yourself. Now I'm not going to sit here and say that Donald Trump's made some mistakes because everybody's human. We all make mistakes.
There's even been things Donald Trump's done that I don't agree with.
Yes.
And I like to think I'm a pretty far right guy.
Yes.
If you're far left, that's okay. I don't like getting into politics.
No.
I agree, or at least I have the belief you have the freedom to believe whatever you want to believe. Just respect me. I'll respect you.
Yeah.
If you're a left guy or you were a Biden guy or a Kamala Harris, that's fine.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah, I was just wanting to bring up, I didn't realize how divided we were based on gender.
It wasn't even just gender.
Well, I know gender. I noticed
race, gender.
Yes.
I will tell you this. 2016, I'm going to tell you a story. 2015, going into 2016, that changed my whole outlook on life.
Yes.
A lot of things changed. You had never seen politics get divided the way they were when Donald J. Trump was running. And you can love him, you can hate him.
Yes.
Look, I respect it all, but I am saying during that time, that changed a lot. I was the kind of guy in my 20s, when I had my apartment, this was before, I got into any serious past relationships, had children, blah, blah, blah. When I was a bachelor, living in an apartment by myself, I always had the news on. I always had Fox News on, CNN, always had the news on, because back then, you thought the news reported the facts, or at least that's what you grew up to believe.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the 2016 presidential election, not only did it create a divide within the country, and it did, and it still has a divide.
Yeah, I think the divide, if we're going to talk about divide, I think the divide really occurred when Barack Obama ran for office. I think that's where it all started, because think about it, because John McCain ran on the Republican ticket with Sarah Palin as the VP candidate. And that drew a lot of bad waves back then. And then it led into Donald J. Trump running against Hillary Clinton. And I could say this from experience. I don't know how much of you would, but I'll go ahead and say it for me. I never really got into politics until Donald J. Trump ran.
I didn't either.
And we can both agree to this because we're both right guys, Yeah. But even though we do differ in some aspects, but for the most part, I did not realize how everything turned after that election. You had people hating each other, you had people coming after each other, then you had the news involved with everything.
I mean, to kind of piggyback off that, though, I will say this about you were talking about the 2008 election, right?
Well, from Barack Obama in the beginning, that started that divide that grew to when
you're talking about Clintons, his 18-year stint. Are you talking about? Would that have been 2012? You're talking about?
I'm talking about
after his first term, because he got 8 consecutive years. So would it have been I'm
talking about when Barack Obama was in office for 8 years.
Yeah,
and then when he ran against McCain and Palin, I think that's really where the divide had started. But I think it was even building before that.
If it was, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ed. I didn't really notice it back then.
Yeah, I didn't either. Not as much as I do now.
It seemed really normal to me back when, and in fact, people did love Obama. They really did.
Some people did.
I mean, a lot of people did. A lot of people supported him. I thought he was. I will say this about Obama, even though I'm not a left guy. I will say this about Obama. Out of the presidential candidates or the sitting presidents I've seen in my time alive, I will give credit to where credit's due. He was very well spoken. Seemed fairly intelligent when, if you did see him, whether that was a live event or on television. I mean, he could deliver a good speech. I mean, obviously, with the way things have went after these past 12 years, especially with Donald J. Trump in office the first time, and then sitting on the sidelines for 4 years, and then back in the office for a second term. I mean, obviously, the public's, image has changed on all of politics. But I remember, living in 08, 09, being a young man, a young man, early 20s, late teens, somewhere around there.
I was in high school when this happened.
I do remember that. I never had a problem with Obama back then, to be honest. Never did. Wasn't a big politic guy either, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I the only issue I could really take away from Obama, other than it drew a divide, but it even started before that, I think, was when all the plants and the coal mines industry shut down. And I'm a West Virginia guy, and it's crazy how I'm sitting here saying this, but like when he got in office and he changed some stuff, I don't know exactly what he changed because I'm not big into that, but I know there was some laws passed and some policy signed to where these coal mining industries shut down.
Fracking,
I mean, everything. And that's when a lot of people started not liking Obama. And I noticed that in my home state of West Virginia, like...
Well, also, you were living in a place where that's like the heart and soul.
Oh, yeah, it's the heart and soul. Yeah.
No, where I was kind of living, it wasn't.
Yes.
Wasn't.
Yes.
So maybe I experienced that timeline a little different than you because it kind of affected you at home more than it affected me. I lived in Dayton, Ohio at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting point.
I just happened to be lucky. I was in school the whole time Obama was in office, and I wasn't struggling for work, if that makes sense. So I feel bad for the ones who did struggle at that time because a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost their jobs,
their pensions.
They lost everything.
Livelihood, their trade.
I mean, there was families that I knew that grew up and in and out of the plants, the fracking and the mines and everything. And now it slowly came back, but it's nothing like it used to be.
But here's the thing. I don't think it ever will be.
No, it won't.
It's changed.
It's changed quite a bit.
American society in general will never be the same.
No, it won't be. No.
You know, it just is what it is.
It is definitely what it is. And then, and I'll get back to 2016. Now that we discussed that divide in Obama and everything like that. Like we said before, we both agreed we wasn't into politics till Trump ran.
No, but but to kind of piggyback off that, Ed.
Yes.
I didn't really get big into politics, and this is a true story. I want to tell you a true story.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so back then I was a corrections officer. I was working in a prison block.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, I didn't really know Donald Trump that well. I knew he had a show, The Apprentice.
Yes.
But I was never, I heard him in rap songs, but I never really was a Donald Trump fan before then when he was a celebrity.
Yeah.
And I remember an inmate, let me repeat this, an inmate came up to me in the block while I'm at my desk. And she said, "Who are you voting for the presidential election?" And I'll never forget this. I wasn't into politics, man.
Yeah.
I worked for the government, but I was not a political guy.
Right.
And I remember thinking to myself, I said, I don't really know yet. You know, I was like, who are the candidates that are running? Because this was fairly a new race. And she was like, I think me and my family, obviously she was incarcerated and couldn't vote.
Right.
But I think my family's going to vote for Donald Trump because he's going to bring jobs back.
Yes.
And dude, you know, obviously, you know, I'm in a professional, I'm in a professional state around inmates at all times.
Yes.
So I didn't laugh.
Right.
I didn't snicker.
Right.
I looked at her and I said, well, okay, well, that sounds wonderful. But I will never forget this. In my head, I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, the guy from The Apprentice is really running for president of the United fucking States of America. I was like, that's a fucking joke. So, but this is where it changed. Okay, so I started going home after I found out he was running.
Right.
And just because I'm a curious person in nature, I started listening to some of his speeches on the campaign trail.
Oh,
and I'm not going to lie to you. The more he spoke, the more it spoke to me.
Oh, man, me too.
The more I agreed with. And it went from me laughing at the fact that this guy from a reality TV show is running for president to me actually becoming a fan after a few months of doing my DD, my research,
Right.
due diligence,
Definitely.
but that's how I became a Donald Trump fan.
Yeah, I grew up watching Trump in the movies and Celebrity Apprentice, and I grew up watching him in WWE because we watched WWE. I don't know.
At that time, I was not watching.
You wasn't
I was
watching.
not currently watching when I have seen the clips
Yes.
now, but back then
Yes.
I was not.
So
Not watching.
I grew up watching Trump. I always liked him. I always thought he was a great celebrity because I liked what he did. I didn't know him that well until he started running for office, to be honest with you. But just from what I had seen, everything looked good and legit.
Yeah, I mean, I seen the
Yes.
motherfucker in Home Alone 2 once.
Yeah, Home Alone
That's
2.
really all I knew of
Yeah,
the guy.
that's-
I was like, I
that's-
knew of him.
Yes.
I knew he was a billionaire. I knew
Yes.
he did the Celebrity Apprentice or
Yes.
The Apprentice.
Yes.
And that's all I knew. But when I found out he was running for president, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, it was a classic movie.
I was
he
like,
did
this
with
is a
Home Alone.
clown show.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you got a reality TV star
Yeah.
running for the biggest office in
Yeah.
America. But I'll be damned, it turned out he turned me from a skeptic
Yes.
into a fan.
Yes.
And and that's how it went. That's
Yeah.
how it went for me.
And I'll never forget after the 2016 election, that's where, and I'm sure other people can relate to this when I say this. I'm not sure if you can, Mike. I noticed a lot within my world changed once Trump was elected. And there was a lot of things for the better that I could have seen from the economic standpoint, and everybody experienced that. But in turn two, I will never forget, because I was, a registered Republican. I voted for Trump, and I will never forget how a lot of my family turned on me.
A lot of people did.
And I did not realize
Friends versus friends, family versus family.
And I didn't realize I grew up in a left-wing family.
Well, it not necessarily.
No.
I really think the media created a divide
Yes.
between people where you had to pick a side.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
to pick either the left or you picked either the right.
Yes.
And if you weren't on the same side, almost like a civil war, South
Yes.
versus North,
Yes.
North versus South,
Yes.
East versus West.
Yes.
But if you weren't, and it's still like that,
Yes.
if you're not on that side,
Yeah.
we're not supposed to get along.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Mike. Between family and friends, and I'm not talking about like my mom or dad per se. I'm talking like everybody else. But like, I tell you what, I was called everything but a fucking white man, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you just because I voted for a guy, and you have a problem with me now? Like, I thought we grew up in a country where we had a right to vote who we wanted to believe in and who we can agree to disagree.
Well, the sad thing is,
Yeah.
that's how it should be. Because
It
it's a
should be.
free country.
It is.
You should be able to vote or worship whatever you want
Yes.
without people looking at you a certain way. Like me, I already told the audience that is watching this my
Yes.
stance. I am a right-wing guy.
Yes.
But if you are left, I'm not going to go down the street and
No.
treat you any different.
No.
If you're good people, you're good people.
Yeah, you're good people.
I mean, like, it's like, oh, you voted for fucking, Biden. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. You voted for
Whatever,
him.
Okay. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just be like, I'm never talking to you again.
No, like,
Or I'm cutting you off completely. That's wrong.
no, it is completely wrong. Like, we should be able to be adults and have an adult conversation.
And I got family members that are left, too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I'm over it now, but I ain't gonna lie to you. For about a year or two, when that happened, Mike, that bothered me because my whole support network kind of like disappeared.
I get
And it was like, it was a hit. Like, yeah, I've never experienced nothing like that. And I've been through a lot of things in life, but I was amazed. Like, literally, I got one side of the family that hates me now because of it. And it's crazy. Like, I tried talking to them, and they can't even have a conversation with me without saying hate words to me. And it's like, get over yourself.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like, get over yourself.
I mean, here's the sad thing.
Yes.
I mean, you're the left or you're the right.
Exactly.
Is your life going to be the exact same to fucking tomorrow? Now, don't get me wrong. Most of what the right believes, their ideologies,
yes,
I do believe as well, but not everything. There is some things Donald Trump has, supported or said that I totally disagree with. But I also know this: nobody goes to home plate and bats 1,000.
No.
Not even the best hitter of all time, and some would arguably say, if you want to talk about averages, Ted Williams never batted 1,000 one time in his career. You're not going to be perfect all the time.
Hell, you could bat 3 for 5, and you're having a great day.
Great game.
A great day.
Great game.
You have 5 at bats. You hit the ball 3 times out of 5. I don't care how you hit it. You got a base hit, a home run, a double, whatever.
But I will say this, as far as what the right does believe in and what they push, I'm behind it probably around 75%.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's a fair, accurate number. I mean, obviously, what did you think about when we pulled out of the Paris Accord? You know what I'm talking about? Like the...
Refresh my memory on that.
So it's like the, global warming, shit like that.
Yes. I mean, climate's changing.
I do believe in climate change.
Climate is changing, but I don't precisely believe in global warming.
No, I do not believe in global warming.
No, but I do believe climate is changing.
I do believe in climate change.
Yes.
So when I hear Trump dismiss it,
yes,
or he pulled out of the Paris Accord, I think it's called, where it's a bunch of nations that, do research on this and this and that, and he's like, we don't need them. I didn't agree with that, because I was like, I do believe in climate change, and I do think the climates change every so often. I think it's a cycle, personally, but as far as global warming, not so much. I mean, there's even images where scientists were saying in 30, 40 years, this is back in the 70s, 80s, that the oceans were going to rise, and there's been aerial pictures over these beaches, and it's like the same fucking pictures 50 years apart.
Well, how many years have we been saying California's going to fall in the ocean because of an earthquake?
Exactly.
It hasn't happened.
I mean, there's just some shit that, it's not going to happen, but at the same time, I do believe in science.
I do too.
I'm a big science guy.
I do too.
And some of the shit Trump says, because I don't really think he's really the science-minded individual. He has characteristics that I love. Yeah. But the kind of science-sided isn't one of them, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't agree with most of those topics that we steer away from.
I mean, I will say this about Trump. I love the guy.
I do too.
I voted for him 3 times.
Me too.
I'll vote for him again if he runs. I'm not saying he would.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it is, but here we are. You never know what can happen with what's going on in the world. But I will say this. Sometimes the way he words things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way he words things. You see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way he words things is a little much for people.
I will tell you this.
It's a little much, but that's why I love him, because he gets his point across, so that way everybody can understand his point.
I'm not going to say I love it.
No.
I'm going to say it's highly fucking entertaining, though.
Yeah, it's great. Yes, it's entertaining.
Great.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
He was a TV personality before
remember that.
he got into the White House.
Remember, he was a
celebrity.
But
I will say, the one thing that motherfucker does bring is entertainment.
Yes.
And I will tell you, the only oh shit moment I had was when he was on Twitter. This is before he got banned and Elon bought it.
Yeah.
This was his first term when he was heavy on Twitter. I used to follow his Twitter, and I used to check it every day. Like, what did he say today? Because he used to say some outlandish shit.
Right.
But I will never forget sitting in the kitchen, sitting down after work, and reading a tweet that said, Rocket Man, calling Kim Jong-un from North Korea Rocket Man, and telling him if he launched one more missile, all hell, fire, and brimstone was going to fucking rain upon thee.
Yes.
And I remember sitting in my kitchen, reading that tweet like, oh shit. I was even slightly scared. I was like, oh shit. But at the same time, it was fucking hilarious. Yeah. I was like, this guy is wild as fuck.
Yes, yeah, and I think just the way he words things sometimes pisses off a lot of people.
They don't know how to take
it. And they don't know how to handle it because they've not handled a person who's so blunt and brutally honest.
Yeah.
And I think that's something people have a hard time with, especially journalism and news media, because they're used to everything. I think Trump said it best. I'm going to quote him.
Yeah.
Softball. They're used to softball. And it's like they're not used to this guy just putting it out there. And he puts it out there. When he puts it out there, you know about it. He puts it out there. Like, everybody knows. Like, he puts it out there.
That's true.
Yes. So, but, yeah, I think we covered a very good topic here, Mike, and I appreciate your input on all this, and I think it's a blast. I think we had a great time with this conversation. We will definitely talk more in the future about some other political stuff. So, where do we go with this, Mike? Next topic on our agenda for the show.
Well, in the future, maybe what we should do is maybe we should write some topics down, put them in one of them cowboy hats he had behind us, and pull one out and just kind of go off the cuff from there. That'd be a good idea. But, yeah, what do you want to talk about, good buddy? I mean, we already covered relationships, politics. Let's talk about AI, jobs, and career growth. Would you be okay with that topic?
I'm cool with that.
Because I think a lot of people out there, and I've noticed here lately, a lot of people are scared AI is taking jobs. I just kind of want to talk about that, what you've seen, some of our experiences, where I see it's heading for the future. You want to start us off? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Mike's got to get another beer. I'll be right back. Go ahead, Ed. Lead it off.
You might as well give me one while you're up, good old buddy. This PBR is going out of date here. But anyway, I will start us off on this topic. It's a great topic you brought up, and I love the idea. We'll pull it out of one of my 2 cowboy hats per show. And they are Jason Aldean cowboy hats by the fans. I'm a big Jason Aldean fan. Thank you all very much. I don't know how Mike feels about Jason Aldean.
I fuck with the Aldean.
I love Aldean.
I don't listen to him like you listen to him, but he's got a few hit songs.
No, he's got some good hits. So anyway, So career building and AI jobs. Let's go into career jobs because we touched base on it in our What the Fuck We're Doing Here show because we talked about education. So let's build off of that, and then we'll leave AI at the end, if that's okay, and then we'll do a wrap-up here at the end for that.
Yeah.
So, career-wise, I don't think people understand, Mike, and you could probably agree with me on this, maybe not. I don't think people quite understand, because we had this talk about education. I'm not going to go back into education.
No.
But I think people don't understand how important it is to have a trade job or a labor job because we're always going to need people in the working force.
Yeah, because that's where I want to rope it back into AI.
Yes, and I think we're always going to need laborers, whether if it's part-time, full-time, temporary work, seasonal work, and because let's face it, you need more trade than I think you do laborers at this point, but I think you still need laborers at the same time.
It kind of piggies back when we did talk about jobs on the other podcast, where I was telling you if my girls came up to me and was like, I want to go to trade school, I'd be okay with that because you're always going to need a trade.
Yes.
Even with AI coming, if you notice, Ed, AI is really kind of taking over the white-collar jobs. So, like your attorneys, your doctors, some
of the equipment that the medical field uses is AI. Some of the equipment, not all, but some.
But even AI now, it can diagnose. I mean, you can tell it what's wrong with you, and it can basically size you up, and it can tell you what's wrong with you. Yeah. I diagnosed my car with a PCV valve using fucking AI. Surprise!
Mike, I can tell you what's wrong with me. I'm allergic to bullshit, but that's beside the fucking point. Like,
But that's not bullshit.
I know. I'm just saying in general. I can tell you my problem. I'm allergic to bullshit. But no, like I do think I will take over certain jobs. They are not going to come take our jobs. I don't feel that they will.
What do you mean? Because they kind of already are.
There's certain jobs that they benefit for. Does that make sense how I'm wording that?
Well, I mean, look at, marketing or advertising. Those jobs are being taken by AI currently.
Yes.
A lot of financial firms, law firms, AI is taking over that industry. But the jobs I think that will always be safe, are what I think are the forefront of America. I'm talking about our plumbers, our electricians, our first responders.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yeah, but I think certain jobs AI will eventually take. I don't think they will completely take. I'm glad that we're talking about this. Did you see what Ford put out the other day?
No.
Ford did away with AI, and they hired labor workers to work on the Ford vehicles again.
So they went to AI,
and they took it away.
Why did it say why they took it away?
I would have to pull up the article again and tell you.
Was the AI making errors, or?
I don't know. I didn't fully read the article, I'm going to be honest with you, but Ford did put it out. This actually came out yesterday or the day before.
Really?
It was a company decision to do away with AI, and they hired labor workers.
Well, it was probably because so many people lost their fucking jobs and their livelihoods.
Yes.
And Ford felt pressure.
Yes, Ford did.
So they were like, "Yeah, fuck it, we got to get rid of it."
I'm surprised you didn't see that. That was
see that.
That was all over the internet yesterday.
Well, I'm an X guy.
I know, but it is on the internet.
Formerly known as Twitter.
When you get a second, pull it up. I'm going to have to re-pull it up myself. But yeah, Ford went in and hired their workers.
You know what? I will say this: respect for Ford.
Yes,
because that was, you put so many people out of work. That was the right move to make.
Yeah,
or at least try to fix the mistake you made.
Yes.
But because this is how it is right now.
Yes.
Even with the AI robots that are putting into warehouses. So this is basically how executive board is looking at the labor force right now. And I'll go into like warehouses right now. So they look at it like this, okay? Mm-hmm. I have a bunch of humans working the floor, whether that's an assembly plant, what that is. I have to pay that person, we'll say, I'm just going to use simple math. This may not be correct, but let's say I got to pay, okay, Ed's one of my assembly guys.
Yes.
I got to pay him $50,000 a year, okay, just in a calendar year for his simple 40 hours a week.
Yes.
I'm also going to offer overtime. Ed's also going to pick up that overtime, okay, or most hardworking Americans have to work overtime.
Most people do.
So now Ed is on track for this calendar year, let's say $80,000. So I'm paying Ed. He's one of the workers in my factory assembly plant, and I'm paying him $80,000 a year. I also have to pay for health benefits, or a portion of. There's a pension cost. If Ed does retire within the company, let's say he spends 20, 25 years with my plant. So there's all these costs in human ed, okay?
Yes.
So when I can buy an AI robot now, it might cost me $150,000, $200,000 up front, maybe less. I'm just ballparking numbers. I don't know. So you people on the internet, don't be harsh and correct me. I'm just giving an example. But I'm going to replace Ed. I'm going to lay Ed off. And Ed's costing me $80,000 a year plus all the other up costs. So I'm going to lay Ed off, and I'm going to buy this AI robot arm that's putting this shit together, basically doing the same job Ed used to do. But guess what? I don't have to pay that robotic arm $80,000 a year. I did have to pay the $150,000, $200,000 upkeep costs. But even maintenance, I only have to spend, a few $100s in maintenance every few years. In the end,
unless it gets a major breakdown.
In the end, that robotic AI piece of equipment is cheaper for me to have than Ed. in long term.
Yeah, that is
and I
true.
don't have to pay it a pension as well.
That is true. Like I said, I think there's certain jobs where AI does take over, and I think other jobs are going to be safe. I can't sit here and tell you which jobs because I would have to look more into that. I don't know AI as well as you. I just know the basics. I don't know the whole thing.
Yeah. So,
but to get into AI, I do feel, I think there's a need for it. I'm not going to say we need it for everything, because here's my take on it. AI, there's a need. However, it can't do what a human can do, if that makes sense, in certain aspects. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
I do understand.
Because there's just certain things you have to have humans do. Does that make sense?
I do understand.
Yes.
And are you talking about jobs or just people on the line that can?
Well, I'm talking in general, overall. I'm talking overall. I'm not talking
a
about
machine.
Everything. Yes.
Can't react like you can.
Mm-mm.
Yet. I mean, I get artificial intelligence is super intelligent.
Yes.
I think the reason so many companies or Fortune 500 companies or so many places are switching to AI is exactly what I stated.
I know the guy you like, Elon's got a bunch of AI.
No, I do like Elon Musk.
Yeah, well, who doesn't? We like Elon.
Elon Musk is probably this generation's Nikola Tesla. I mean, the guy, if not better. The guy, and he's not even a scientist. You can't call Elon a scientist. He's a businessman.
I think Elon is a highly intelligent man.
I do too. He runs so many companies at this. I mean, look at what he has. I mean, he has Starlink, he has SpaceX, he has Tesla, he has the Boring Company, he has Neuralink.
I'm impressed by his work, but I think what did it for me with Elon, not only now that he's thinking better now than what he was, no offense taken, like the guy, but I think what got me to like Elon, than what I credit his work for, is everything that he found what the government was spending.
Now, here's the thing.
Him and his team.
I have always been an Elon Musk guy.
Yes.
Even before he got political or this and that. Just listening to him on the JRE, Joe Rogan podcast.
Yes.
I realized what an intelligent person he was. I became a fan. He was like a real-life Iron Man, like a Tony Stark. But in real life.
Yes.
But I will tell you this. The whole fraud thing. That was fucking incredible. And you got to give Nick Shirley some credit, too. Because he was the one that broke the story in Minnesota.
I still can't believe where all of our waste money went to.
We're talking millions.
We're talking billions. And they don't even know where it all went. They had to stop partway through it because they just wanted to show proof what the government's wasting on. And that was Elon's job. I do think in that aspect, I wish they would have had Elon and his team and AI, all that. I really wish they could have went in, found everything that the government is wasting. I really do. I wish they could have went in, found everything, because they found a lot. They didn't find everything. They found a lot, okay? I think they should have went in, found it all, found who's doing it. Believe me, there's money tied to people. I'm not going to sit here and say who, what, when, and where, because that's not for me to say.
I want to say they probably did, Ed.
Well,
but I do think that there's certain people in certain seats, certain positions.
Yes, but I don't think it's necessarily all them either. I think it's some of them.
I think it's both sides.
Well, yeah, I think it's more people than we think, and I think it's people we wouldn't dream of it being.
Oh, dude, there's people on the right doing the shit. There's people on the left doing
Everybody's doing it. Yeah. But I just feel we should have went in, took care of it, got that money back, and if we couldn't got it back, put it to a stop. Because you wonder why how much debt we're in right now. And it's not just because of the wars we had back in the day.
Yeah, but at the same time, we will never be out of debt.
No. We'll have debt. But what I'm saying is we could have cut that debt down, is what I'm saying. We could have cut it down. that's my only take on it. Now I've always liked Elon, but now I have more respect for him now, and I look up to him in a better way, positive way now after everything that he's done.
What do you know anything about Neuralink?
Neuralink? No, I do not. I'll be honest.
You'll have to research that one.
I'll look.
That's one of Elon's, one of his up and coming technologies and companies.
Okay.
It's where they implant the chip in your brain.
Oh, I don't want that.
And you become like half a fucking cyborg. I do want that.
You want that? He wants that. I don't want that.
Yeah, I want that. I want that shit.
I want it to where I can retire early.
If you would invest in Tesla about 20 years ago, you would have.
Yeah, that or Apple or Microsoft or something like that.
Elon, I give Elon the biggest respect in the world because this dude, not only did he just recently, holler at Elon, become the first trillionaire, although he's not really the first trillionaire. There's a lot
in modern day.
He's not the first trillionaire.
No? Okay.
No.
I thought he was.
Well, he's the first public trillionaire.
Yes.
There's a lot of people in the Middle East tied to that oil. A lot of them Saudi princes and shit that have been trillionaires for fucking decades. You just don't know about it because they're not public with it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, Prince Abu and his fucking sand hills and his fucking oil. Yeah. Buying people fucking Ferraris and everything else.
I was talking to an AI expert the other day, and I talked to you about this. I won't go in depth when and where and who it was, but I did talk to an AI expert, and I talked to you about it briefly.
Yeah, I remember.
This guy, he specializes in AI. He basically deals with the equipment.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, is AI going to take our jobs? What's AI? I just want to know your take on it because I don't understand it as well as other people do. And here's old Ed here. I might as well just ask the guy.
Well, that's
what I asked.
Fair question to ask.
Because I'll be honest. I'm not the greatest tool in the shed, but I know enough about it. I know the basics, but I don't know enough. That's why I asked. And he goes, no, AI is not going to take all of our jobs. Now, they are going to be a need for certain aspects, he said, obviously, and there's certain lines of work that is going to have it. They're developing stuff every day on AI. AI is a growing thing, and he told me what he was looking forward to the most, and this was his words, not me, this ain't Ed's words, this is the expert. He is more looking forward to the female AI robots. That is what he's looking forward to.
Well, let me tell you a secret, Eddie.
Yes.
So is old Mikey over here. Because as soon as the Chinese fucking pay enough money and they spend... Listen, there was a movie a while back where Megan Fox played in it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
When they start making that robots, these real bitches in these streets can fuck off. And I don't care if you're left, right, fucking whatever you are. If you got a real vagina, Mikey don't want you.
Well,
I want to be able to come home, do my thing, and if you get lippy with me, I want to press a button on that remote and shut your ass off.
You can push a button anywhere, and you can tell your female robot what to do.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Yeah, there's a button. You push the button. Oh, I want her to cook, so that way I have a meal when I get home. Oh, I want her to clean my apartment. Oh, I want to program at this time we're going to have sex. I do know that much because I've done research on that.
So it's basically like a female, what's that vacuum Roomba? Fucking where you give this motherfucker a schedule.
But they are trying to develop the female robot. It's already out. But they're trying to develop to where it's a real life female. And you put a tool up inside of them so you can have sex with them.
A tool?
Yes.
What do you mean a tool?
Maybe it's not a tool. Maybe I'll reword it. A part. They put a part up inside of them so you can do it with them.
Oh.
I do know that much.
Do they talk?
Yes.
That's too bad.
You can program them. No. You can program them to what you want them to do to suit your needs.
Oh.
Whether if it's talking, cooking, cleaning, Or do you just want a happy ending? You want a massage?
So it's basically China is making robotic bitches from the 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Traditional bitches.
But that's what they're working on. Like, I think you can get one now for several thousands of dollars, but you're not going to get what I'm talking about.
But my robot, if I pay all this money, let's say it costs me, I guarantee these are going to be expensive, but let's say...
when they first come out, they're going to be expensive.
Let's say I buy the $10,000 version. This is like the fucking Lamborghini of bitches. She comes out like Pamela Anderson in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I bring her home. She ain't going to go sleep with my neighbor, is she?
No.
Oh.
Because you program the robot to what you want to do, or you can just push the button.
Well, they're better than real bitches, then. Because I used to think my ex-wife was fucking the neighbor at one point.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness, old buddy. Oh, my God. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, they got it to now to where there was a guy that come out on the internet, and I can't remember the guy's name. He literally come out and said, yeah, the goal is to have female robots to where men could get them custom made. To get them exactly the way you want, the way they look, and exactly how you want.
So let's talk about this, because I'm sure there's a lot of curious people out there, and we're coming. Listen, we were born in the wrong era, bro. Like, do you remember when we were young, jerking off like fucking pilgrims with the fucking Playboys and shit?
I don't know.
Dude, let me tell you something. The kids coming up now with the fucking Pornhub and the YouPorn and the fucking free internet porn. We never had that shit coming up. Maybe you did. I didn't. I grew up in the medieval times of fucking jerking off. But what I'm saying is...
Oh, God.
But what I'm saying is, Ed...
Go ahead, Mike.
Is I'm just saying that, can you imagine being a boy going through puberty and in your house you have a fucking sex robot?
Well, they've already talked about it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's fucking bananas.
It's not going to happen now. Maybe like 20, 30, 40 years from now, though. Because the goal is they're trying to get it to where men can custom make these robots.
Well, let's talk about this. How would you custom make yours?
I don't want to get into that. No, let's not get into that. I don't want to upset the female viewers, Mike.
Well, I'll tell you how I'd customize mine.
Oh, God. Let's hear old Mikey. What would Mike do? What would Mixed Maester take,
Well,
Mike?
she's going to be Hispanic. Because I have something for Hispanics.
Hispanics?
I've always had something for Hispanics.
I have, too. I got an ex-wife that was Venezuelan. But that's beside the point.
Black hair, green eyes, tiny waist.
Green eyes?
I like green eyes.
Oh, boy.
All right, this is a unicorn. If I'm building the bitch, I do what I want. But I'm paying. I'm fucking paying. I'm paying. If I'm paying, black hair, green eyes, Hispanic, you're going to be like, Mike, I've never met a Hispanic with green eyes. Well, you did after I pay you, motherfucker. So, slim waist, zero waist, fucking, I don't like too big of tits. I'm talking like a high C. A C's fine. A nice ass. Got to have a nice Latina ass.
I do know Mike's a butt guy.
One of those Brazilian butt lift asses. I want one of those.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Give me some big ass
What
chicks.
did I open up, y'all? I can't believe I put up this discussion.
About 115, 21. That's going to school to be a teacher. I mean, I know the bitch don't go to college, but I can pretend. Well, yeah, good buddy. Yeah. If I'm paying, if I'm shelling out 10, 20 G's.
Hey, bro, if you're going to pay it, you might as well get what you want. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You might as well pay what you want.
And that shit better have gorilla grip. Mike's going to get a little graphic. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, boy.
Ed, you want to chime in on that?
I mean, I will touch base on the female bots after we've already discussed it. Women are already starting to get upset about this. I've noticed that on the internet.
When those fucking things come, Ed,
I know.
and they make them affordable for everybody,
Oh, yeah.
the female race will be done. I'm calling it now.
Man, it'll be interesting to see.
Men will be throwing their fucking wives out of the house buying sex robots.
Do you think so?
Bro, I would. Fucking, I would. Listen, if you got a female, you come home from work, and you got a female at the house that's not going to take your money, that's not going to, but is going to benefit you in supporting you, giving you the conversations you need. Yeah, the cooking, cleaning, can't get pregnant, which is a plus to some men. That's not going to take your house, your belongings, your money, because you're not going to separate. I mean, I see female sex robots actually declining the population of this world. I really do.
Well, it's going to be interesting because some people still want to have children.
Well, those people that will want to have children, I almost look at it like, dude, if it's that easy, it would almost, if they really want real children, I look at it like society would shift. It'd almost be like a business agreement where it's like, I'd go meet a real girl and be like, hey, I actually want to have children. And it's kind of like a business proposition. Like, hey, okay, I'll give you... Because, dude, if you got affordable sex robots, who in the fuck needs these mouthy bitches?
Oh,
let me tell you something about the second or third year I was married. If somebody would have knocked on my door and left a robot that looked like fucking Megan Fox on my doorstep and said, this bitch will do whatever you want her to do and she will never leave you, I'd have looked at my real wife, I'd have thrown that bitch and her belongings out that day. I'm just saying.
Oh, buddy. Oh, my. We go from AI to female bots, talking about Ford, to politics. Oh, my goodness. I will say this much. I love women, but I hate their attitudes that they bring. That's all I'm going to say. I love women, but I hate the attitude that they bring. Me and you've talked about it. I just wish everybody could get their shit together. And I'm talking about men and women. But here we go. I think the female bots are coming. And that's why I said what I said the other day.
What's the timeline you thinking? Are you thinking over, under 30 years? 30?
I say 20.
Think so?
I say within 20 years, you'll be able to custom-made your female robot.
You think it will be in our lifetime? Now, granted, you're 32, I'm 38. Is it our lifetime, or is it our kids' lifetime?
I think if I have children, obviously you already have kids, I would say your kids, and if I have kids, which hopefully one day I do, I don't know when that'll happen, maybe one day, I will say our kids will be able to enjoy it better than me and you will, because you gotta think about it. Just because they put the first one out doesn't mean it's going to be successful.
Oh no, the first one's going to have some bugs. Probably going to even rip some dicks off. But fucking, is what's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, it's like the first. I don't like buying a video game console or a brand new computer when they first launch, or a new iPhone right away when it hits the shelves, because those first models are going to have some bugs. They're going to have to make some updates, get some kinks. I don't like to buy the shit off the shelf until it's at least 6 months proven. You know what I mean?
I understand exactly what you're saying, and the thing's going to have recalls just like vehicles do, I feel.
Yeah.
But
her asshole's expired. Yeah. Bring her in. We'll give her a new one.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see when all this happens. I don't know when it'll happen, but I know that they're working on it. And
assholes be like piston rings. You wore out her asshole rings.
So let me ask you this question.
All right.
Now that we've had our topics.
Okay.
It's a simple question.
All right.
Who do you look up to as role models in today's society? You can pull it off of your AI stuff. You can pull off of whatever you would like. I'm asking, who do you look up to as a role model? And I know you're 38.
As far as morals, like who I would want to be, who I respect as a person.
Who do you look up to? And you could even say
it's changed.
You can even well, go ahead and tell me. Tell me your childhood one, and then tell me one now as an adult. You could even tell me more than one or two if you'd like.
So, give me a second here.
Go ahead.
Role models.
We'll start as a kid, not now. It was a kid.
A kid. obviously it's going to be somebody famous that, it has some type of inspiration to you. Role models to me were like Corey from Boy Meets World, or
You're Sean in this relationship, Mike. I'm sorry.
Well, that I am. But that comes after a lot of heartache and a lot of burnt bridges.
Believe me, I hear
Corey turned into Sean, but I originally was Corey. I originally was Corey. But that's what I'm saying. Like nowadays, like what I'm trying to say is like.
Would you say it's Elon?
When I was a kid? No.
I'm saying now. I'm saying now. Would you say it's Elon?
I respect Elon. He is a role model of mine, yes.
Okay,
I wish
Elon's a role model.
I wish I could be somebody like him. I know that's not in my grasp, though.
It's just somebody you look up to, Mike. It's just a role model.
Well, I'm trying to give you a good example. Like, okay, so when I was a kid, everybody wants to grow up, have children, have a family.
Right.
So I would say Mr. Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that does.
So somebody like that has good morals, good character, a strong male figure, good job, comes home every day, nice family, happy ever after. Mike in 2026, Al Bundy would be a good role model of mine.
Al Bundy.
I love Al Bundy.
Yeah, he's some good stuff there.
Al Bundy would be good. I'm trying to think of some others. Yeah. Basically, nowadays, what I'm trying to say is
Elon.
I would really look. Honestly,
Nobody else. Just
Joe Rogan is a role model of mine. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan. I love his podcast. I love him as a person.
I got you.
But people like that. I like masculinity or high intelligence.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, but for the rest of this episode, we was talking about role models. Mike says Elon Musk, and back in the day, he would say Bundy.
Joe Rogan.
Those
type of guys. Masculine individuals, carnivore diet, blah, blah, blah. A lot of UFC fighters are role models of mine. I'm a fan of that sport. What about you, Ed?
Well, when I was a kid, growing up, John Cena, it was always a favorite of mine. Now that I got to be an adult, there's two people. You know one of them. And I'll get to that one last. The first one would probably be Charlie Kirk, and he was a man above his,
Now, was he a role model for you before or after his death?
I would say it was the legacy as a whole. When you just go through and see everything that he's done, I think if you put the work together, and I don't think people recognize that till after everything has happened.
That's fair.
And I think it was growing, to be honest with you. Not taking the work he did away from him at all. I think he did a phenomenal job of what he did. But that's the problem in today's society. We have a lot of haters, and they don't want to talk about anything. They just want to do what they do. I don't want to get into that because that's very traumatizing to some people. You could probably agree with me on that, Mike. It's a touchy subject, if you know what I mean. It's not a good situation.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And the other guy I would say is, and the thing with Charlie Kirk is, it bothers me with Charlie Kirk because he's my age.
That he was.
Yeah, that's another thing that bothers me. But anyway, the other man, we joke about it a lot. The Mega Pint.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
The Mega Pint.
I will say he's probably a role model of mine too. I'm a big Johnny Depp guy. I have been for years.
Johnny Depp, and I'll be honest with you, everybody, and I'm speaking to you all as the audience, men and women, and my good buddy Mike. I was never really a big fan of him in the actor side, let alone celebrity side, but I didn't have nothing against him. I think he was a good actor. But at the same time, I really started to look up to him during the Amber Heard trial and some of the shit that he's been through. I can attest to this. I've been through a lot of shit that he's been through with women. And it's different aspects that we'll talk later in our shows. I'm sure Mike has been through some shit with some women.
Too many.
Too many, exactly. So definitely in that case, in that trial, really made me look up to Johnny, and I'm happy Johnny got the W. I think it was well deserved. I mean,
Yeah, I would say Johnny Depp and Charlie Sheen are in the same boat with me. I've always looked
Charlie
up to both
Sheen.
of them. Yeah,
Charlie Sheen's another one too, but for me it would be Johnny Depp if I'm going to pick one. But yes, Charlie Sheen's a good one.
I don't know. There's always something about those guys that live fast. You know,
Yes.
I'm attract. There's an attraction to that for me in a non-homo way, but like, cause I've always thought I kind of lived fast in life. I always, when I was younger, thought I'd die young. But they kind of give me hope that maybe I'll live to old age. So,
yeah.
Cheers to Sheen and Depp.
Yeah. It's amazing what, and I don't want to take anything away from anybody here before we wrap up this show, because I'll get your final thoughts and take, and I'll do my little thing. But, and Mike can agree with me on this, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care your education background, your family background. We're all the same. It's just we're different. So we have a lot of similarities, and no one should ever, under any circumstances, make false accusations against anybody.
I totally agree.
Especially when it's going to jeopardize
your future
and your life.
And
that is all I got to say to that. I'm sure we'll preach about it in later shows.
Kind of what Ed, if to piggyback off you for a second, but that kind of reminds me of a quote with what Ed's going down. How it doesn't matter what you do, what profession you have, treat people with respect, because here's the thing. You can be a king or a street sweeper. We all dance with the Grim Reaper. And what I'm saying by that quote, it doesn't matter where you are in life. We all end up, unfortunately, we all have the same fate at the end. So
this has been a quite unique topic, and I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad we had this wonderful conversation. Give us your final thoughts and takes.
And like always, folks, watching out there wherever you're at, no matter where you are in life, if you liked some of the stuff we talked about, then hit that fucking like button and subscribe to that subscription button. If you didn't like what we talked about, then, fuck you, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty, y'all. This is the Outspoken Podcast. Hit us up, like us up, comment us, chat us up. Here's to you. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.